sister-in-laws, and they both celebrate the birthdays on the same day. And Jamila's sister Hajira and Shamila's sister Nabila celebrates their birthdays on the same day as well. So it's like a whole family thing. Anyway, happy birthday to the both of you, and may Allah grant you a long, prosperous, happy, healthy, wealthy life. And may you have many more to come. And I look forward to celebrating more birthdays with you. And hopefully we can catch up pretty soon, inshallah. Yeah, happy birthday once again to you, lovely ladies, and to ever else who's listening. And if it is your birthday, happy birthday to you as well. It is time for our book review, and today we are talking about the book titled When Life Gives You Lemons by Simphiwe Molaba, who is also the author of the book Sia and Fifi's Love Story. I'm sure that's where you remember her from. Well, she is back with a new book, When Life Gives You Lemons. Hi, Simphiwe.
Hi,
How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. Right. So, when life gives you lemons, first of all, why the title of the book? I mean, there are so many books titled "When Life Gives You Lemons" on the market. So, what gave you this idea to also title your book "When Life Gives You Lemons"?
I think most of the time when people say when life gives you lemons, it's, half the time they'll have like a couple of cocktails in the book, or I've never really had a book like the one I write
Yes.
titled When Life Gives You Lemons. And I think once readers read the book, they understand why I called it that, because usually the saying is when life, gives you lemons, make lemonade. But I always say when life gives you lemons, chuck the lemons and demand a better fruit. There's so
Mm,
many fruits out there. I demand anything better than a lemon. I mean, that's like the worst one you could get.
mhm.
So that's kind of how I play with with the title of this book.
Yeah, when life gives you lemons, instead of make lemonade, plant them and hope that they turn into oranges instead.
I just chuck, hey, I chuck them and I demand or I'll go get better food. I'm not dealing with things that I'm not supposed to be dealing with that are all sour. Mm-mm.
Well, add a little bit of sugar and your problems are solved.
Oh no, I can imagine the ulcers already.
All right. So tell us about the book. What is it all about? And what are some of the issues that are discussed in this book?
Well, When Life Gives You Lemons is a continuation of my first book, which was The Fifi's Love Story.
Mm-hmm.
In this book, we meet two individuals, both, who've both been broken, I would say.
Mm.
I know one of the readers who read it when they reviewed it, because as an author, I don't review my own books. I always feel like you'll always hype it up, but I always like to get people's feedback. And a lot of them have said, it's two broken souls trying to fix each other and, try to move on from what they've been through. So the very first character in the book, TD, she is a single mother who we are introduced to, who has just left her marriage
Mm-hmm.
of 10 years to a preacher who was, very abusive. And, she stayed because of the title. She stayed because, she had a duty, like a lot of us were told before getting married, that, you stay no matter how difficult it is, you stay.
Mm-hmm.
And, finally, she just decided, I can't take it anymore. And she finally plucked up the courage to leave. And then we also meet Nati, who is an agent,
Mm.
an undercover operative. But, he's also got his own issues. His wife died 5 years ago, and it's always a matter of he's able to save so many people, but he's just never saved the one person that he needed to save, which was his wife.
Mm.
And we try find, they try to, fix each other. A lot of broken has been done, a lot of mistrust has been done, and we watch as they try to, embark on a journey, not just to fix each other, but to fix themselves, to look at life, in different eyes, and just try and build a life that they deserve to have. But obviously, life will always throw lemons your way, and it is
Mm-hmm.
up to them on whether or not they make lemonade.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you deal with the issue of the one of the issues that you mentioned of having to always be strong, especially
Mm,
as women, that we are always told, no, you are a woman, you are strong, you're meant for this, you can deal with such issues.
yeah,
But why can't women just be left to be vulnerable? Like, I don't feel strong, so I don't want to be strong to handle a certain situation. Can
yeah,
I just feel how I'm feeling right now? And the strength will come as I go on and try to solve this problem.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like a society has placed women in
Mm-hmm.
so many different roles. At first we were meek women who were not supposed to say anything. We were to sit on the side and just, keep quiet because our husbands were the head of the family.
Yeah.
And then women were like, that's not how it is. I can also measure up. I can build a life without you. And we see this, in history because a lot of the times during apartheid, our fathers would go and work in the mines
Mm.
and our mothers would be the ones raising the family. And sometimes some father disappeared and never came back. They started a family wherever they had found work and our mothers would be the ones to step in and ensure that children ate, children went to school. And through that, lawyers, doctors, teachers, nurses were built. So for me, I hate this idea of people thinking that we've never been strong and now all of a sudden
Yeah.
we have always been strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that you need to understand that now women are not afraid to show their strength. I
Mm-hmm.
think before we couldn't show our strength because we still lived up to, society. But I think now a lot of women are just like, you know what, I don't care. This is who I am. A lot of women are living in their truth and they just don't care anymore, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's
But,
because of the conditioning, the years of conditioning of making
mm,
women feel bad about being strong and having to take
mm,
care of the household and do certain things. And
yeah,
I mean, we've been doing it. Our mothers have been doing it. So
exactly.
why should we feel strong now? I mean,
Mm.
we can feel how we want to feel.
Yeah, I mean, look at where we come from as a country. The women who came before us, they fought amongst the men in
Yes.
apartheid. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't sit at home and yes, there were those at home and there was absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of women stood up and they fought. So for me, if you look at Umkhonto wasn't made up of just men. It was made up
Mm.
of men and a lot of women. Some women gave birth in foreign countries and brought up children in exile. So strength has always been our thing. It's never
Mm.
not been. It's just that we've always had to hide our strength behind that of a man. And I feel like now women are, kind of, doing it in the forefront. And I feel like that's where the character in the book, Phoebe, she's
Mm-hmm.
finally finding her strength. She's finally standing on her own. She got married at the age of 20. It was young love. And, she thought she was going to be everything that her husband needed her to be. And she tried.
Mm.
She tried for 10 years. She hid the marks that, were on her face after being beaten for not being good enough. Or she endured all this abuse, but finally she's starting to stand. And I know that as a woman, usually we always say, after a failed relationship, and I'm going to find myself.
Yes.
I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to find myself. Now, what happens when you're in the middle of trying to find yourself, and here comes this person now, and you feel attracted to them, but I mean, it's 6 months down the line. You haven't really found your footing
Mm.
yet. You haven't truly healed. And, the danger of bringing the scars of your past relationship now into this new relationship. And vice versa. I mean, as great as Nati is in the book, he's also still got, the scars of what he left
Mm-hmm.
behind. He still bears the guilt of what happened to his wife. He still believes, that he should have been there. What's the point of saving the world if you can't save the love of your life?
Mm-hmm.
And how do they now navigate this new life? How do they even begin to try to navigate a new life without healing?
Mm-hmm. Wow,
Mm.
that's very important issues that you raised there, especially the one of gender-based violence with Tsidi's story.
Yeah.
How were the reviews from your audience compared to the first book, Sia and Fifi's love story?
I think both books are doing well. I mean, with C and Fifi's Love Story, we were able to reach a bestseller. So, thank God for that. And I believe with this one we will as well. I've received really good reviews from a lot of the people who've read it. And I think the one thing that people are saying is like leaving us with a cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
This one as well, we leave it on a cliffhanger, so we don't know if he is going to survive, who Nati is going to choose. But yeah, I think the reviews have been good. I am a bit nervous because as an artist, when you put your all out there for people to judge, you're always so nervous because you like your heart on a little flutter, especially because you hope you do justice to some of the topics that you're talking about, especially, the things like gender-based violence. It's very, close and dear to my heart. And I hope that people see it, and I hope that I've done justice, to the victims, and that no one feels that maybe I just, kind of wrote over the stories or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, so good. The reviews have been good. We have only been out, I think, for about 2 weeks. So far we're doing quite well actually. The orders have been overwhelming, to be honest.
All right, that's fantastic. What can people take away from the book?
I think most importantly with this book, I just you you never know when love can come knocking, and I know that we are always told to wait, um, and to deal and to this. But sometimes some people heal through new relationships. Some people are able to let go of the past when they are shown love. So for me, it's to never live by what others tell you or by other people's standards. Always just do what's best for you in your heart, and what feels right with you. And if people can just take that away, then I'll be the happiest person alive, I think, because a lot of us, we've lived a lot of our lives according to what we've been taught.
Mm-hmm.
You're taught as a girl you cannot do this, or as a woman this, or whatever the case may be. You're taught, if you lose your husband, you've got to mourn for a certain number, or you didn't love him enough, or whatever the case may be. No one, however, tells you that no one knows you better than you know yourself. Only
Mm.
you know when it's time for you to move on. Only you know when it's time for you to let go of that relationship. And I think it's important for people to always try and realize that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely true. And how can people get a copy of the book?
The book is available at all major bookstores, so that would be, your exclusive CNA bargain books. It's also available at Take a Lot. And if you happen not to find it at bookstores, you're more than welcome to look me up on any of my social media pages. My name is Simphiwe Molaba, and I'll be able to assist.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Simpiwe, and for sharing that with us. And
Thank
good
you for
luck.
having me.
It's a
Thank you.
pleasure. Have
All
a
right. Bye
wonderful day.
bye.
Bye. That was Simphiwe Molaba, the author of the book titled When Life Gives You Lemons. It is available at all major bookstores. So if you would like a copy of it, you can go ahead and go ahead to your bookstores or find it on Take a Lot. Yeah, I had a look at it a bit and thought, interesting book, especially since it's a continuation from Sia and Fifi's love story, which is her first book. And this is the story about Nati and Tsiri, both different backgrounds, sharing their different journeys and struggles, and then coming together. And issues such as gender based violence are also discussed, and feminism, where women are always taught to be a certain way. Women are taught to be strong and weak, and women can do this, women can do that. Yeah, guys, I'm tired of such discussions. Hey, just let women be women. Just let them be. Let us be. Anyways, like I said, you can find Simpiwe on social media, and her name is Simpiwe Molaba, Simpiwe Molaba, Molaba. And get yourself a copy of When Life Gives You Lemons. And as she says, when life gives you lemons, just discard them and pick oranges instead, or look out for the oranges. And I say, when life gives you lemons, girl, make lemon juice, make lemonade, make something out of it, because something beautiful can come out of those lemons. You are listening to the Mari Mukwanda Show on Salam Media. We will be right back.
Breaking stereotypes, moving boundaries, joining hands.